need a motion to open the public hearing? I'll
You
so.
just open the hearing.
You just
Yeah,
open.
I need a motion to close.
Okay. At this time, I'll open the public hearing for the road closing.
There was a resolution passed a couple of weeks ago, setting today at 10:30 as the time and date for the vacating the north-south road through section 6 of Wall Lake Township. After that time, then there was a notice of the hearing drafted up and was sent by certified mail to landowners that had property on that mile, and also to utilities like Corn Belt Power, Frontier Communications, Sac County REC, and the Iowa Department of Transportation. We also sent those notices were all sent by certified mail, and we've got receipts back from all of them. We also sent the notice out by regular mail to other landowners that had property in that section 6. David Rosauer, Gary Langbang, Lowell Black, and Mark Wernemuth. And did you bring my affidavit?
Yep, it's right here.
Chris,
He's got it, okay. He's got the affidavit of publication that was published right a week of what? March 10th? Okay.
We need to be sure that we've had that happen in the past, but we didn't have proof of this here in the
I gave the board a copy of the letter from Lorenzo Farms that made this request to close and vacate this road. To date, we had not received any comments in our office. I did call Corn Belt Power because they do have a transmission line east-west across the middle of that section, and they said they have their own easement for their power line, so they were not concerned about the road vacation. So with that, I guess you can open it up to, I guess, any comments.
Yeah, I see we have some landowners and open the floor to discussion about what we're doing here, any concerns or...
I'm Phil Lorenz, and I was the one that initiated that request, so I just would ask you to give it favorable consideration. I don't see it as a complication. I think it's beneficial to the landowners. I think it's beneficial to the county to avoid having the expense of that road. It's really impassable most of the year, so that would be my request.
Okay. Yes?
I second that.
I don't have any objections, no.
Okay. That was easy. That's a good thing.
How's Werner and Mark Werner involved?
Mark is my tenant,
Oh,
so I carpet him on that. He rents from me on a cash basis. I own the west side of that.
It sounds like a win-win situation to
yeah,
me.
that was-
Lorenzo owns everything on the west side of it. This is basically a dirt road. And Langbang's going down here and Tram's up here in the north part. And then we did just notify Blacks and Rosauer just because they were fairly close to the project, not required to notify them, but we notified them.
I did share with Gary by phone, we're gonna miss one event. My brother was through there a couple of years ago from Lincoln when it was wet, in his motor home. He decided to go northbound through there, and of course, there was no place to turn around, and my sister-in-law was not happy with the ride, so we're gonna take that thrill ride away from her. I wish I had a video of that.
We have,
Will that Landon be killed or what?
We would intend, if there's any cost to survey, we'll survey that, but we'll try to reclaim that and probably put a fence through the middle of that or whatever, and then go from there, just reclaim the land on both sides. And then we're going to do some drainage work, and we'll probably need to hook on to the east to pile that and drain some of that. There's kind of a low spot up in there, but it should be, as you said, a win-win for everybody.
The only thing I was wondering if, while we're working on that, could the county put a barrier on the ends of that so nobody's driving through while we're building fence or tiling or something and tear everything up that we...
Why don't we just take the aggregate?
There's no aggregate.
I mean, just continue the ditch.
Well, and I guess that we need to work that out with the landlord. I assume they'll want to leave that as a drive, a common drive, or not?
Well, it's right at the top of the hill, so the drainage is not a problem. It breaks to the east and the west from there, right at the top of the hill. So I don't think
if they fence it, it'll be right down the middle.
Yeah.
So it'd be right down the middle of the drive anyway.
Yeah, I plan on fencing my part right down the middle
Okay.
and level them.
And the north end would be the same
Right.
situation.
North end, we could probably ditch there. We've got a driveway entrance that we paid, I think, a fee to get the county to put a driveway entrance in there to go south off that east-west county road to the north of the property. And that's within 200-300 feet of where the intersection is, but I don't know that there's a drainage issue there we need to worry about on that north side either, but you could ditch that.
I mean, I guess they can either sign it or just remove the drive, because if they're fencing down the middle anyway, that drive's worthless.
I just want to get it done before somebody goes down their
Right.
four-wheel drive and
Yeah.
tears it all out again.
No, it'll happen.
Well,
It will.
Well, I think, you know,
But you're planning on fencing the south half mile,
south half, yeah,
Yeah, we
on my
can-
property.
and north half mile?
We can barricade that or block that off. We can work that out and fence it, do something to control that, it seems to me.
Unless I get some big enough posts in right away on each corner.
I've got a contractor coming, I'm doing some waterways and a terrace there, and I've asked that he could go ahead and grade that up. I haven't worked that out with him, but if there's some work that needs to be done to
Yeah, well,
make it impossible, we can dig a trench or something across here to keep people out.
we still might try it.
Yeah, we can work that out.
I would like to keep that drive right there on the north end. I do drive into the field right there.
All right. There should be no drainage issues there, are there?
I don't think
East or
so.
west, I know on the south, we're right at the crest of the hill, and on the north, it's flat, so there shouldn't be a complication for drainage that I see.
I think we just have the only drainage problem.
Yeah, okay.
are you suggesting on the north end, Gene, that you both share a common drive?
Yeah,
That'd work fine for me, that'd be
Well, that's-
great.
I don't.
See, that'll be an informal, or if you choose to make it a formal arrangement between
Well,
two adjoining property owners.
if you don't dig the ditch out, it's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
there.
that's exactly
Yeah.
right. Do we wanna fence it somehow, or,
I don't need a fence.
I don't either, I don't think so.
Yeah, the
We-
only
You know,
concern
but,
you have
you
is
know,
that
if you leave that,
people be trying to.
if you leave the existing road there and use it as a common drive, you know, I just throw out that, you know, hunters or trespassers might go, well, you know, it's the old county road, and they drive out at your property or Gene's property and hunt or do whatever, dump,
Well, you're still planning on getting rid of the road, it's just the drive though that you're not.
That's correct.
I mean, you're gonna
They're gonna
plant,
get rid of
you're
them.
gonna plant the.
We'll
But I meant-
we'll grass the middle and, I mean, there'll be some, but we'll go fence to fence there basically where we can. We'll reclaim
Yeah.
It would not be, you know, dissimilar than a normal field drive, and
Right.
it's, you know, it's an odd location, it's unimproved.